Good morning, gentlemen, and a few, very few, ladies. How is your knowledge of English? Can you manage with English? Yes, all of you? Yeah, that's good news, because I can manage in English too. Why are you here?
To learn something.
Learn what?
About politics.
About what? Why?
Because we want to change something.
You want to use politics to change something.
Yeah.
You don't want to use politics to get rich?
No.
Why? Many politicians end up
Have
rich.
other ways to become rich. You have other ways.
Yes, but not as easy as politics.
In some countries, maybe yes.
I want to be rich, but in my heart.
So your motivation is not personal enrichment and having a good life. That's not your motivation.
No, politics is not to be rich, it's to contribute for people.
So your collective motivation is to help people and to change things. Yes? Remember that as you become real politicians. It's not easy to remember, because the temptations and the seductions and the offers are always on the table. And to say no is much more difficult than saying yes. So when you become real politicians, some of you, not all of you, I assume, but you will become real politicians, and someone puts an envelope on your table, or someone offers you to become a partner in something, and all of them will, all the time. Everyone around you will offer you things, all the time. These are the temptations and seductions of politics. Remember this moment, and remember your vow, and honor it, and say no. There would be time enough to get rich, those of you who are capable of it. And as you said, there are different types of riches. There are riches in the bank, and there are riches in the soul. And the riches in the bank you can't take with you, but the riches in the soul you can. My name is Sam Vaknin. I've been economic advisor to 8 governments in the world, including the government of Macedonia, several times. And I'm a political analyst and so on and so forth. I've been involved in politics for more than 40 years, not as a politician, but as an observer, as a consultant. I even worked with Bujar Osmani for several years. He knows me well, I know him well, I respect him. So today I'm going to talk to you about politics as it is, not as it should be, not as you imagine it to be, not as you wish it would be, but politics as it is. Politics is a very rough, tough profession. You want an easy profession? Become a medical doctor. You want an easy profession? Become an actor. You want a tough, difficult life, full of anxiety and fear and failure, then go into politics. 90% of the time you will spend failing. 90% of the time you will fail. You will fail to get elected. You will fail to implement your projects. You will fail to motivate other people to follow you. You will fail and fail and fail. If you are soft-hearted and thin-skinned, don't go into politics. You will not survive it. Your mental health will not survive it. Your physical health will not survive it. You may end up being tempted. And if you do, some become rich, some end up in prison. So this is not a profession for the faint of heart. It's a profession that requires a lot of courage, a lot of resilience, a lot of strength, a commitment not to other people, a commitment not to other people, a commitment to yourself. The big problem will not be interacting with other people. You can deceive other people. It's easy. Some people are stupid. Some people want to have hope. Some people lie to themselves. Some people will follow anyone because they think there's money there or some jobs or whatever. It's not difficult to manipulate people. It's very easy. Anyone can manipulate people. So it's not a commitment to other people. Politics is never about other people. Politics is about you. Your agenda, your conscience, your vision. It's about you. Your main constituency is you. When you ask yourself, am I a good politician? Do not ask yourself, did I win the latest elections? So what if you won the latest elections? If you're a liar and a demagogue and you're deceiving people, they also win elections. Actually, they win elections more than honest politicians. So this is not a test if you're a good politician. A test if you're a good politician is if you have betrayed yourself. If you have betrayed yourself, you're a bad politician. If you had a vision, if you had a conscience, if you had a moral compass, and then you gave it all up for money, for power, for trips, traveling, if you gave it all up, if you gave up on yourself, you have betrayed yourself. You are bad politicians and also bad human beings. Politics can drive you to become a bad person. Only politics, as far as I know. I have many other hats. I'm a psychologist, I'm a physicist, so I know other professions intimately. Only politics is the profession that can drive you to become a bad person, corrupt you. Not corrupt you with money, corrupt who you are. Suddenly you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you say, I don't recognize myself. I don't like myself. I'm disgusted by myself. And then it drives you even deeper into the darkness. Never betray yourself. If it means the end of your political career, end your political career. If the price for political career is to not be you, to betray yourself, end your political career. As simple as that. Never give up on the only asset you have. The only thing you really have in life, what do you think it is? Your wife, your children, your house, your money. That's bullshit. That's nonsense. The only thing you have in life is you. So don't give up on the only thing you have in life. The only thing you really own. Don't give it up just to make more money or to get another house or to travel to another country. Don't give it up. I'm repeating these warnings because from the minute you become even the smallest politician, minor politician, you will be flooded with opportunities to betray yourself. And so you must remember these things. There are two types of politics. Two types of politics. One type of politics is intended to preserve what exists now. It's status quo ante politics. It's a politics that is concerned with preventing change, with preserving what exists, with maintaining the status quo. So these kind of politicians, they are traditionalists, they are conservatives, they want to stay as they are, they want society to be as it is forever. Nothing's wrong with that. If society is functioning, if traditional values make people happy, there's nothing wrong in preserving society as it is. Remember this, change is not a value in itself. Change, you should not pursue change because you think change is good. Not all change is good. Some changes are bad. So it's not, when you say I want to change society and so on and so forth, change in itself, transformation in itself is not a value. The value is happiness. The value is functionality. The value is for things to work. And when things work, people are happy. These are the only values. And if the only way to obtain this happiness and to obtain this functionality is to keep things as they are, keep things as they are. Don't change them. Don't change for the sake of change. Some people are addicted to change. They think if they change, they're active. If they're active, they're good politicians. If they are good politicians, they will be remembered and admired and appreciated. So they constantly change things, And many of these changes are ill-considered, not the result of analysis, not the result of deep thinking, with no vision, no clarity, not part of a program, just to change for change's sake. Mr. Minister, what did you do last year? Oh, I changed so many things. I changed this office, I changed this. Why? Why did you do that? Everything was working nicely. People were happy. Why did you change? to be able to say that you did something as a minister. So remember this, the change is not always good. However, if the system is not working and people are not happy, the only solution is to change. Now we have two types of change. We have disruptive, destructive change, where you destroy the system and you build from the beginning. And we have incremental change, where you change things gradually, some elements, not other elements, slowly. So these are two philosophies. In the United States today, we have a guy with orange hair, his name is Donald Trump, and Donald Trump thinks that he should destroy everything. He believes in disruptive, destructive change. He says we need to delete, eliminate everything, and begin everything from zero, from scratch, rebuild from the ground up. That's one approach. If the system is hopelessly corrupt, totally dysfunctional, people are extremely unhappy, that's one approach. Let's start over. Let's delete everything and start over. The other approach is, let's be more calculated, let's be more gradual, let's be more incremental, let's think each step at a time, let's take one day at a time, slowly, slowly, and so on and so forth. As a politician, you will need to make a choice to which of these three groups you belong. Are you a status quo politician? Politician who aims to preserve the system, protect the system, defend the system against critics, against dissent, against protests, against revolutionaries, against rebels? This is one kind of politician. Are you a politician who is emotionally invested in change? And if you are, do you want to destroy the system and start from zero? Do you think the system is that bad, that hopeless? It's okay, it's legitimate. Or do you want to modify the system, fix it, amend it somehow? You need to make this decision early on, because as young politicians or young wannabe politicians, you need to make a choice regarding affiliation. You need to make a choice which political group you're going to join, which political figure, which political mentor, which political party, which political club, which political intellectual forum. You need to decide. You cannot do it on your own. Politics is a team game. There are no lonely politicians. There are no miracles of a politician that comes alone on a white horse and saves the state. There are no such things. Even the most extreme dictators, the most cruel, harsh, strong men, they rely on thousands of other people. It's not a solo game. So early on, you need to ask yourself, what kind of politician am I? Am I a traditionalist, conservative politician? Am I a liberal, progressive politician? Am I a revolutionary, rebellious politician? It's all legitimate, and it's a question you should answer.
Yes, but that is based in, our decisions are based in which situation in the country.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but you will always find people who will say, we should keep everything that exists and only change it a little. Other people will say, the system is hopeless, we need to destroy it. Other people will say, no, I like it as it is, I don't want to. Even in a given situation, you will always have diversity of opinions. There's no situation where everyone agrees. No such thing. You will never have consensus, and that's a lesson in politics. Do not seek to be liked. Many politicians want to be liked. They want to be admired. They want to be loved. This is not a beauty contest. You're not Miss America. A politician don't seek to be liked, because always there will be people who will dislike you. Don't want to be loved, because there will always be people who will hate you, haters. Don't try to forge a consensus of everyone, because you will fail. So, as a politician, you need to accept hatred. You need to accept dislike, you need to accept opposition, you need to accept damage to reputation, you need to accept smearing. These are the delightful aspects of politics. So they come with the territory. and you need to be prepared for all this. I'm trying to, I don't know what you've been told by others, possibly the same, but I'm trying to bring you a bit down to earth. This is what politics looks like. Okay, having decided what type of politician you are young. Your problem is that you are young. In politics, youth, being young, is not an asset. It's a liability. That you are young is not helping you. It's against you. It's not something that you'll say, oh, I'm young, so I have better chances in politics, or on the very contrary. Let me read to you a list. Modi, the Prime Minister of India, 74 years old. Putin, the President of Russia, the Russian Federation, 72 years old. Xi Jinping, China, 72 years old. Donald Trump, United States, 79 years old. Macron in France is a youngster. He is only 47 years old. And Keith Starmer in United Kingdom, 62 years old. Netanyahu in Israel, 70, almost 71 years old. Do you understand? None of them is a young person. Forget this. This is illusion. Forget about it. Before you have the very first taste of power, you will be 40 years old, at least. So you are in, if you enter this career, you're going to spend the next 20 years being told what to do, having to compromise your values and beliefs, having to act and pretend that you are not who you are, suffering, attacked by the public, with zero power. For 20 years. Be prepared. If you're extremely lucky, 10 or 15, then you are prodigies, you are superstars. But 20 is the safe bet. These 20 years, you're going to pay all the prices of being a politician. People will believe that you're corrupt. People will attack you. People will hate you. You will be able to do nothing for the people. Other politicians who are more senior than you will make you do things that you hate and don't want to do. For them, for the party, and otherwise. All this will last for 20 years. You will pay all the costs of being a politician, and you will not have one benefit of being a politician. You will not have power. You will not be able to change anything. You will not benefit from anything. Nothing. This is apprenticeship. You heard of The Apprentice? The show with Donald Trump when he had on television, reality television, The Apprentice. Apprenticeship means you get attached to a master and you spend 10, 20 years learning the craft. So you could be an apprentice of a carpenter. You're working with a carpenter 20 years, and only after 20 years you can become your own carpenter. This is called apprenticeship. And you, as young people, you have to go through an apprenticeship. Now, as young people, you could be one of three things. If you want to enter politics, there are only three venues, three channels open to you. Only three. When you are a much older politician, you're 45, 47, 50, 60, the older you get, the more channels open to you. It's exactly opposite what you may be thinking. You're thinking that you're young, so you have all the possibilities and opportunities. This is not how politics work. When you are young, you have zero options. When you are 60, you have many options. When you are 80, you have huge number of options. That's how it goes in politics if you survive until age 80. Many don't. Okay? So as young people, you have only these three options. You can be activists, social justice activists, social movement activists, climate change activists. You can be activists. We'll discuss activism in a minute. You can be influencers. Today, through social media, you can influence people. You can influence people also politically. So if you have a big following, you are beginning to accumulate power, political power. Sometimes it's a shortcut. If you have a social media presence, we'll discuss it a bit later, if you have a social media presence, and 500,000 people follow you, that gives you power. The politicians notice you, and as the older politicians notice you, they will bring you into the game. Not you, your 500,000 followers. They want the people behind you. So being an influencer is a shortcut. But how many people can have 500,000 followers? How many people in this room can get 500,000 followers? I'm not sure that no one, but extremely few. So while theoretically this is open as a shortcut option, it takes, a lot. I have on all my media, social media, including YouTube, I have 600,000 followers. It took me 20 years to build this. 600,000 followers, it takes 20 years to build this following. It's a lot of hard work. I don't want to be a politician. But had I wanted to be a politician, I could bring with me these 600,000 people. And political parties will talk to me. So, influencer. And the third option, as a young person, you can join someone's staff. You can become personal assistant to someone. You can join a minister's cabinet. You can be an aide to someone. So you join as a member of the staff. You fulfill staff functions. This is a shortcut to politics, because if you work with a minister, for example, and you are an assistant to the minister, personal aide, a member of the staff, working in the cabinet, the minister will remember you. And gradually the minister can introduce you into the political party and into the political game. So this is a career path for you. These are the three options. Don't kid yourself. Nothing else is open to you right now. Another 10 years, invite me for a lecture. In 20 years, I will come in a wheelchair and I will tell you what the other options are. But right now, these are your only options. There are none. Here's the problem with young people, not only in Macedonia, or I would even say mainly not in Macedonia, but young people all over the world. Young people are helpless. They're helpless and they're hopeless. They're helpless and they're hopeless because they are powerless. They have no power. Young people will be affected by climate change. Climate change will destroy the lives of young people. I know it's difficult to believe. I know some of you deny it. I know you would like to dream differently, but you are young enough, and all of you will pay the price for climate change. All of you, make no mistake about it. In this way or that way, floods or fires or something, all of you will pay a price for climate change. The younger the person, the higher the price. And yet, can young people influence climate change? They cannot. They tried. They tried. There was a movement of young people headed by Greta Thunberg from Sweden. And they failed. Nothing happened. On the very contrary, the situation became worse. So you are stakeholders, you're involved, you're going to pay the price. It's going to have an impact on you, but can you do anything about it? Zero. Nothing. You're powerless. Similarly, the pension system. The pension system is about to collapse. All of you who are working, who have jobs, you are paying into the pension system. Not only in Macedonia, all over the world. You're paying into the pension system. The pension system in 10, 20 years will collapse completely. You will never see your money back because it is built in a stupid way. It is built, this pension system is built that young people are supporting old people. The young are supporting the old. But there are many more old people than young people. Now the population is becoming older all the time. So now we have many more old people and much fewer young people. So the system will collapse. Who will pay the price? When the pension system collapses, who will pay the price? I? Dinosaurs don't pay the price. You will pay the price. Can you do something about it? No. Nothing. Zero. You are powerless. In the United States, to rent an apartment takes 40 to 50% of the salary. If you want to rent an apartment in the United States, it's about 40 to 50% of the salary, depending on the city. It is 70% in San Francisco. Okay, so young people cannot rent apartments. They cannot rent apartments. So what do? They live with their parents. They continue to live with the parents. Today, depending on the country, 40 to 50% of people under the age of 35 live with their parents because they cannot afford to rent an apartment, and they definitely cannot afford to buy an apartment. A typical apartment in the United States takes 52 years of work, 52 years to buy an apartment. So no one can buy an apartment, no one can rent an apartment, and people continue to live with their parents. Because they continue to live with their parents, they cannot have sex, they cannot have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they cannot have romance or intimacy, they cannot have a family. So most of them have no families. Most of them have no children. Okay, you agree with me that this is the problem of young people? You agree with me? This is the problem of young people. Can you do anything about it? No, you cannot do anything about it. So, I'm mentioning all these problems, and there are many more, just to show you how helpless you are, how powerless you are as young people. You are going to pay the price 100%, not the old people, but you can do nothing about it. And because you can do nothing about it, this creates two types of reactions, political reactions. The majority of young people in the world, about 67%, opt out, they tune out. They say, we don't care about politics, we don't care about the news, we don't care about society, we care about sports, and we care about entertainment. We care about video games and Taylor Swift, and we care about, I don't know, whoever it is in the NBA. Yeah? So that's the majority of young people, about almost 70% of them. This is tuning out. That's a political decision. Not doing anything is a political decision. You think that politics is only about doing something. No, politics is not only about acting. When you decide to not act, for example, when you decide to not vote, you don't want to vote, that's a political decision. It has political implications. By not voting, you are actually choosing a party that will win the elections. So everything you do as young people, whether you act or you don't act, is a political decision, and 70% of young people decided to say goodbye to reality, goodbye to politics, goodbye to the news, goodbye to their own lives and to their own futures. To live with mommy and daddy, watch video games, go to the pub in the evening, drink something, come back home. Many of them don't have jobs. Unemployment rate among young people is much, much higher than unemployment rate among older people. That's the situation. Because the situation is so bad, only 1/3 of young people decide to do something about it. But when they decide to do something about it, they're very angry already. These young people that decide to be politically active are already very, very angry. They come to politics not with any positive attitude, not with any optimism, they come to politics with rage. They're full of rage, full of envy, full of hatred. We call it in psychology negative affects. They have negative affects. And so they come to politics and they become nihilistic. Nihilism is a political philosophy. Nihilism says that all systems, all human-built systems, are bad and wrong and should be destroyed. And the majority of young people who join politics nowadays all over the world are actually nihilistic. They don't join politics because they want to build something. They don't join politics because they want to improve something. They join politics because they want to destroy something. They're furious. They want to destroy the system, destroy the old politicians, destroy the institutions, destroy. The core value of nihilism is destruction. And most young people today are nihilistic. Young people also develop a victimhood mentality. I'm describing you the state of mind of most young people. Why am I describing to you this state of mind? Because when you enter politics, you will be faced with this. This is going to be your reality. When you go and talk to people, you think they're going to smile at you? You think they're going to be happy and thankful and grateful that you're talking to them? They're going to hate your guts. They're going to be angry at you and furious at you, and they would like to decapitate you. Unfortunately, it's not allowed, yeah, under the law. You're not the friends of the people, and the people are not your friends. It's enemy territory. It's a war. You're entering a war zone. Make no mistake about it. It's not the carnival. It's not entertainment. It's not Disneyland. It's Gaza. That's where you're going. So be very careful with this idealization or ideal view of politics, as if it is, you know, politicians talk to people together, they work and create something new and beautiful. That's complete, unmitigated, counterfactual nonsense. So that's why I'm describing you the state of mind of the people you're going to try to help, the people that you're going to change things for, your constituencies, yes? And so today, the predominant state of mind in all electorates, in all levels of the electorate, young voters, older voters, very old voters, everyone, the state of mind is known as victimhood mentality. So people feel that they are victims. There is a victimhood mentality. Everyone is a victim. Everyone and their dog and their mother-in-law is a victim. And everyone is victimizing everyone. So you have, take the United States, for example. The blacks claim that the whites are victimizing them. The whites say that the blacks are victimizing them. The rich say that the state is victimizing them. The poor say the rich are victimizing them. Everyone is someone's victim. Everyone is someone's victim. If you want to understand the state of mind, the minds, the mentality of your voters, they are victims. And if you want to connect with them, you need to take care of their grievances. Grievances is a fancy word in English for complaints. People, when you talk to people, they're not going to tell you, wow, there's a new road here. Wonderful. The road is much nicer and so on. And they're going to tell you, basically the telecommunication is working well. My internet is okay. And I'm going to tell you this. They're going to tell you what's wrong. They're going to tell you what's not working. They're going to complain. They're going to grieve. They're going to attack you. They're going to, all the time. You will never hear a thank you. Never hear a thank you. You will never hear, unless they want to manipulate you, yeah? So if they want to manipulate you, they'll tell you how wonderful you are and so on, because they want something from you. They want a job, they want money, they want something. But in honest conversations, for example, if you have a town hall is when you go and meet the people. If you have a town hall, you will hear only negative things, because we live in an age of victimhood mentality. Everyone is a victim. And there was a sociologist, there is a sociologist. His name is Bradley Campbell. And Bradley Campbell said that we have transitioned, globally, we have transitioned from the age of dignity to the age of victimhood. My mother, if we were all starving and dying, would never go to a politician and ask for something. Never. My mother. It was a different generation. Our dignity and self-respect were important. But today, everyone is asking for something. Everyone is demanding. Everyone becomes angry if they don't get something. It's entitlement and victimhood. This is the profile. And there's a lot of shaming. The main emotion is shaming. There's a cost, reputational cost. People destroy each other's reputations. The minute you become a politician, your reputation is at stake. Other politicians, the media, just people in the street, they will dig up your past. They will look for everything you ever did with everyone. And when they find some black spot or something you did wrong when you were 12, this will become weaponized. It will become a weapon against you. And you will pay a reputational cost, not necessarily because you did something wrong, but because people love to destroy politicians. They love it to take down the power, to take down the hierarchy, to take down. So people love to destroy their betters. When someone is better than you, richer than you, more famous than you, has more power than you, more educated than you want to destroy them. There is envy, huge envy, and it's a driving force. So this is the political scene of today, not only in Macedonia, don't misunderstand me. This is in Israel, this is in the United States, this is in the United Kingdom, this is in France, this is in India, everywhere. This is the political scene, the global political scene. And today, because of mass media, because of social media, we're all the same. Young people here remind me of young people in Russia, where I was teaching, remind me young people in Israel, where I was teaching, remind me. So young people are young people everywhere. You're wearing the same clothes, you're seeing the same things. We're all homogenized. It's a homogeneous universe, globe. So everything I'm telling you applies in Macedonia, but also applies in the United States, of course. Yes, everywhere. So this is unfortunately the landscape. And young people are choosing one of these courses of action. After I finish this, I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. Right now, what I'm telling you is what the situation is. I'm not telling you, I'm not advising you what I think you should do, but I'm just describing the battlefield. I'm describing the war zone. I'm describing where you're entering. Okay? So usually young people do one of these things. They go on protests and demonstrations. We see many young people. These are all political acts. These are all political acts, and they are also political instruments. As a young politician, for example, you may decide to organize demonstrations and protests. It's a political tool. So they go on protests and demonstrations. Some young people become defiant. Defiant means in your face, my way or the highway. I don't care about you. I'm going to do whatever I want. I don't care about the consequences. The hell with the institutions. The hell with other people. So this is defiance. Many young people are politically defiant. For example, we saw it during the COVID pandemic. During the COVID pandemic, young people were saying, I don't care about other people. If other people are vulnerable, if other people have a problem, let them stay at home. I don't need to protect them. I don't need to put a mask. I don't even need to take a vaccine. It's not my problem. I'm healthy and I will continue to be healthy. I may infect other people. I may infect other people, but that's not my problem. That's their problem. They should stay at home. So this is defiance. Contumaciousness. Contumaciousness is when you reject authority and when you devalue authority. When you say anyone who is an authority is suspect, corrupt, maniac. I'm never going to listen to anyone in authority. Authority and authority structures and hierarchies and institutions are hopeless and we should destroy them. This is known as contumaciousness. So you see types of young political activists. Young politicians are either protesting, demonstrating, or defiant, or contumacious, or rebellious. Rebellious politicians work within the system. They work within the system, trying to transform it from the inside in a way that will make it unrecognizable, to change the system so much that it's no longer the same system. But contumacious politicians reject the concept of authority. For example, they are anarchists. They reject the concept of authority. They say there should not be an authority. Rebellious politicians work usually from within the system. So you could have, for example, a political party, and then you have young people forming a faction within the party, and attacking the old leadership of the party. That is rebelliousness, because they work within the party and they are attacking the old leadership. Virtue signaling. Virtue signaling is when young people engage in political acts not because they care about politics or about other people, because they want to be seen. Look at me. I'm such an empathic person. I have such a conscience. I care about other people. Am I not amazing? Selfie. That is virtue signaling. Okay? So it is doing the right things, but in order to be noticed, in order to get attention, ostentatious. So this is virtue signaling. And finally, there is non-conformity. The non-conforming politician is a politician who always questions and doubts established norms and conventions, established rules, and the established ethos, the philosophy, the story, the narrative that creates the political sphere or the political environment in the country or in the city or whatever. So the nonconformist is challenging the story that we all tell ourselves. I'll give you an example. We all tell ourselves, there's a common narrative, there is an ethos that democracy is good. Or more precisely, that universal suffrage is good. Do you know what is universal suffrage? Universal suffrage is everyone gets one vote. Everyone. Men, women, young, old, everyone gets one vote. The uneducated, the educated, the farmer, the city dweller, the politician, everyone gets one vote. This is called universal suffrage. We all have this story, this narrative. We are all brainwashed from very early age that universal suffrage is good. That's the way to go, that everyone should have one vote. We all, if I make enquete here, if I ask all of you, I think all of you will say that, yeah, every human being, every person should have one vote. Am I right? Does anyone disagree? Do you disagree that every person should have one vote? No. By the way, don't hesitate to answer, to laugh, to disagree, I come from the West. In the West, we are much more dynamic, okay? Because you all look like you're in a state of advanced toxic shock. Please wake up. Okay. When I ask a question, please answer. So, you all agree that one vote, one person, one vote is a good idea. Nonconformist would challenge this. He would say, no, it's not a good idea, actually. It's a bad idea. And a nonconformist would challenge this ethos, it's called ethos, would challenge this ethos, this narrative, and would try to introduce alternatives. Do you want me to do this exercise, nonconformity? Okay, you say that every person should have one vote. But if we look at history, when we had universal suffrage, when every human being had one vote, we ended up with bad leaders. Adolf Hitler was elected in free and fair elections 3 times. Donald Trump was elected in the United States twice. Every dictator was elected by the people and then became dictator. So it shows that universal suffrage actually leads to bad outcomes. So what am I proposing? I'm proposing that there will be a system of voting, but in order to vote, you will need to pass an examination. You will need to prove that you know how to read and write. You will need to prove that you know what are the issues that are on the ballot, the issues that are the topic of the elections. If you don't know how to read and write, if you never listen to the news, if you have no idea what are the issues that are bothering the nation, you should not vote. Simple. So I'm giving you an example of nonconformist argument. Okay, so some young politicians are nonconformist. And these are the six options usually open to young politicians. Unfortunately, because the general political environment is toxic and dead and hopeless and really bad, young people accepted it, and they go in only in negative ways. You see, all of these, they are not for something, they're against something. This is against This is against. This is against. This is against. This is against. These are all against something. We entered the territory of negative politics. Your identity as a politician is no longer defined by what you are for, but by what you are against. Your identity as politician is no longer defined by who you are for, but who you're against. So I'm against the blacks. That makes me a politician. I'm against the Jews. That makes me a politician. I'm against the Macedonians or the Albanians. It makes me a politician, you know. It is what we call negative identity formation. What defines you as a politician is the people you exclude, not the people you include. The values that you exclude, not the values that you include. Not what you stand for, but who you hate, who you reject. That's the modern politics all over the world. So in Europe, for example, the major politicians are anti-immigrants. They're against immigration. They're against foreigners, xenophobic. If you ask me, what is the positive platform of Viktor Orban in Hungary or Erdogan, Tayyip Erdogan in Turkey, I cannot answer that. They have no positive platform. The platform is 100% negative. Erdogan is against the EU, against the Jews, against the Israelis, I'm sorry, against the Israelis, against the urbanites, people in the cities, against intellectuals, against the opposition. He's just against. I can't think of a single thing that Erdogan is for. It's all negative politics. And unfortunately, the young people have fallen in this trap, and they're the most vocal negative politicians. The young people are the most extreme, radical, vocal negative politicians. Why? Because it makes them popular. When you're a negative politician, you're popular. Remember this. As a politician, you must make a decision. What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking to be popular, or are you looking to make a difference? If you're looking to be popular, I have an advice for you. Free of charge. I charge governments, I don't charge you. If you're looking to be popular, go negative. Attack people. Show hate. Provoke people. Agitate people. Create movements against other people. Against values. Against ethnicity. Be against. If you are, you will be super popular. The most popular politicians in the world, without a single exception, are haters. They're haters. They hate other people. And this is their political platform. If this is what you want, here's your easy solution. Select a target. The target could be anyone. It could be a group of people, could be ethnicity, it could be the homeless, it could be the poor, it could be Albanians in Macedonia, Macedonians in Albania, it could be the Greeks, it could be Bulgarians, it could be the Turks, it could be the Jews, it could be, select a group, or select values, select certain values, and then hate on them, hate, attack, denigrate, devalue. If you do this, I give you my word, in 1 year, you are super popular.
Like our government does.
I'm not going into specific politics. You will all be super popular. You want 600,000 followers? Not in 20 years like me. In 20 months, become haters. So many young people, because they want to become popular, they enter politics in order to become popular. They measure, these young people measure their sense of self-worth and self-esteem according to how many likes they have, and how many followers, and how many fans, and how many subscribers. That's how they measure their self-esteem. So when they hate on other people, they suddenly have 100,000 subscribers and 1 million likes, and they feel like, you know, someone. They have self-esteem and self-confidence. TikTok, go to TikTok if you don't believe me. Have a look at young politicians on TikTok. See what they're doing. And they feel great. They feel wonderful. Because they come from a small village where they share the house with a cow. And now suddenly they have 1 million followers and they are well known all over the world, and big companies are offering them to make deals, and you know, and their faces are, and they are. So this is what we call political narcissism. It's political narcissism. If you want to go that way, and this is everything you want to do in life, become one big selfie, you want to become one big selfie, then go ahead. That's the rule. If you want to do something, if you want to leave a legacy, because these people leave no legacy. When they disappear, they are never heard of again. I will prove it to you. Did you hear of Kennedy? You heard of Kennedy. Did you hear of Huey Long? Huey Long? None of you heard of Huey Long, right? You know why? Kennedy was a positive politician. Huey Long was a negative politician. Huey Long was much more popular than Kennedy, actually. Much more well-known than Kennedy. Very well-known. And yet, he's forgotten. He's forgotten because he left nothing behind. Hatred dies with you. Hatred dies with you. Something you build, something you write. Positivity survives you, survives after you. If you kill someone's child, you will not be remembered. But if you have children of your own, if you bring life into the world, you will be remembered, at least by your own children. So legacy depends on positivity. Negativity never leaves anything behind. If you want to think about this, if this is the way you want to go, then you need to be a different kind of politician. You need to be positive and constructive politician. Kennedy, I mentioned Kennedy, but Obama was also a positive politician, a constructive politician. And so, what are the hallmarks? We are about to end the first lecture. I'll give you a break. I'm repeating what I said before. I teach in Cambridge, United Kingdom. In Cambridge, United Kingdom, when you enter the classroom, all the students, they throw shoes at you and attack you and shout at you. This is how we do business in the West. That's how we do education in the West. Have no respect for me. I do not deserve your respect. What deserves respect, your respect, is what I say. So if you disagree with what I say, have no respect for me. Attack me. Disagree with me. Right? Don't be afraid. And a respect for people, a respect for personalities is very bad. Never respect a person. Never respect another person. Respect what they do and respect what they say. But never respect the person. Similarly, never attack the person. Never attack the person. Attack what they are saying and attack what they're doing, but not the person. In Rome, in ancient Rome, they had a saying, they called it ad hominem. Ad hominem means you don't focus on the actions. You don't focus on the speech. You don't focus on what the person is saying. You're focusing on the person. So, if I'm saying something, and one of you would tell me, yes, but you are short and ugly, that is an attack on the person. Happens to be true, but okay. That's an attack on the person. But if I'm saying something and you're telling me I completely disagree with you because you need to explain why, that's perfectly okay. That doesn't show disrespect. On the very contrary, I think ignoring what I'm saying is disrespectful. So I want you to be completely free and alive and not to feel that you owe me anything. You understand? You don't owe me anything. Okay, so what are, to remind you where we were, I told you that if you want to leave something behind, if you want to leave a legacy, if you want to be remembered for having done something, having changed something, having improved people's lives, having helped people, you need to be positive politicians, not negative politicians. What are the traits, what are the elements of character that a positive politician must have? So the first thing is, you must have adversity tolerance. Adversity tolerance simply means that you have a thick skin. You're not insulted easily. You're not offended easily. You don't get angry easily. You are able to absorb criticism. You're able even to think about it and maybe change your mind. You're open. You're open to criticism, and you don't take it personally. You don't take any attack, any disagreement, any criticism personally. That is known as adversity tolerance, a thick skin. Number two, you need to get rid of your ego, of your vanity. You need to work with people. You need to create teams. You need to create coalitions. Politics is a process. It's not about you. It's never about you. Politicians come and go. No one remembers them. Do you remember politicians from the 1960s? Who remembers politicians? They come and go. They're not important. Politicians are not important. But it's easy to forget it. It's easy to forget that you're not important. Why? Because you have million cameras from television stations. You know, and you see yourself in the camera and say, wow, I've made it. I'm so important and powerful. You know, this is a wrong approach to politics. Your power comes from your colleagues. Your power comes from your teams. Your power comes from your coalition, the coalitions that you build. Take away these people and you are zeros, you're nobodies. Even as prime minister, you're nobody. If the parties in the coalition break up and leave you alone, you're no longer prime minister. So politics is about building collaboration, building cooperation, working with other people, not emphasizing yourself, not taking selfies all the time, not believing that you're God, not behaving with vanity. You know, that's not the way to be a politician. And if you do that, very soon you'll find yourself all alone, unable to accomplish anything. So this is the second element. The third element is you need to decide as a positive politician, as a positive politician, you need to have an inclusionary identity. A positive politician brings people in, collects people. It's like a hoarding people. Positive politician accumulates people. A negative politician is exclusionary, excludes people, does not allow people to come in, does not allow them to enter, bars them, blocks them, bans them. Think of social media. If you have a channel or an account or whatever, you have two options. You can invite everyone to join you. Everyone can become, let's take Instagram. Everyone can become a follower on Instagram and read your messages and argue with you, agree with you, whatever. That's an inclusionary politician. Or you can be an exclusionary politician in the sense that you make your account private, or you delete, you ban, you block people who are outside your in-group. So I don't know, a Macedonian politician would block all the Greeks. He has an Instagram account, but if you are Greek and you're joining the account, he will block you, as an example. That is negative identity. It's exclusionary. If you want to be a positive politician and leave anything behind, you need to be inclusionary. You need to forget identity politics. Identity politics is asking, are you Albanian? Are you Macedonian? Identity politics is asking, are you a woman? Are you a man? Identity politics is asking, are you a Jew? Are you a Muslim? Identity politics is asking, are you black? Are you white? You need to forget all this bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all complete non-scientific nonsense. There's no such thing as race, for example. So you need to forget all this. If you want to build coalitions and build teams, you need to welcome everyone with goodwill and something to contribute. Their personal history, their background are much less important. I'm not talking, of course, about pedophiles or criminals, yeah? I'm not talking about these kind of people, but normal people, average people. They come, they want to join you, they want to help you, they want to collaborate with you, they have good ideas, they have a good heart. Welcome them. Never exclude. Never create an in-group and out-group. Never do this. If you want to change anything, help people, leave something behind. Next thing is, learn to manage your growing power. If you persevere, if you persist in politics, gradually you will accumulate more power. You will accumulate more power because your position will change. You were assistant to the minister in the cabinet, now you're the minister. 20 years later, you're the minister, so your position changes. But also, people owe you favors. People owe you. You did favors, you help people, and they owe you. This network gives you power. It's known as patronage network. It gives you power. So 20 years later, you're a very powerful person. You're in a powerful position. Many people owe you all kinds of things, favors, money, access, business, whatever. And you need to learn to manage your power. If you do not manage your power, you become corrupt, you become cruel, you become hated even more, and ultimately you lose the power. You lose the power. And you leave nothing behind, because the people who come after you, they hate you so much, they will destroy everything you built. Absolutely eliminate you, delete you. You know the ancient Egyptians, when there was a new pharaoh, the new pharaoh deleted, erased the names of the old pharaoh on all the monuments, on all the pyramids. Just scrap them. So if you're a hated figure because you're corrupt, you abused your power and so on, you were cruel, sadistic, you're hateful, you will end up being forgotten. You need to learn to manage your power. It's very tempting to abuse your power. Next thing is, you need to use your power where it counts the most. You have power. Now where to use it? You have a million opportunities, a million challenges, a million demands, a million emergencies, a million crises, a million people asking you for something. You know, but you have limited amount of resources, limited amount of money, limited amount of time, limited amount of power. You need to learn to say no. You need to learn to be selective. You need to learn where to use your power for the maximum benefit. So this is an art, the art of leveraging your power. You need to tolerate, I'm talking now to remind you about the psychological profile and the operational profile of a positive politician. Politician who wants to leave a legacy and make a difference. So the next thing, you need to tolerate boredom. You need to learn how to be bored. Politics is the most boring profession imaginable. Most. You are going to be bored. You know, bored? You understand what I'm saying? Bored. You know, like bored. Like in this lecture. Yeah? Okay. So, you're going to be bored like 99% of the time. 99% of the time, your brain will not be challenged. You will not have to think. You will just have to do repetitive chores. You will have to go, shake hands. Yeah, Mr. Minister, you're great. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, yeah. You have to go to weddings. You have to go to ceremonies. You have to work with many stupid people. It's extremely boring. If you don't do boredom well, if you have low boredom threshold, low tolerance for boredom, at some point you will do stupid things. You will create drama. You will explode or implode something. You will make wrong decisions if you don't have a good relationship with boredom. So boredom tolerance is critical. And finally, you need to make a decision to be good. Yeah, I know it sounds strange because you all consider yourself good people. Yeah? You're not good people. I would bet 100 to 1 the majority of you are not good people at all. To be good is a choice. To be good is hard work. To be good is investment and commitment and repeated actions until they become a second nature. To be good is to brainwash yourself. So you need to choose to be benevolent, good people, people who are giving, people who empathize. You see some guy from the village, you have nothing in common with him. He's a celiac, nothing in common, you know, he's a peasant. He has no education, he can hardly speak, and so on. You need to become that person for a few minutes. You need to become that person. You need to think about what makes this person sad and what makes this person happy and how this person sees their future and what they regret in their past and what makes their lives impossible and difficult. You need this empathy. It's called empathy. You need this. You need to be good people. Every morning you will get up and your true nature will take over. Selfish, not empathic, contemptuous, arrogant. This is your true nature. And you need to suppress it. You need to say in the morning, before everything, before you brush your teeth, today I'm going to do good. And today I'm going to be a good person. And every time I am not a good person, I'm going to catch myself. I'm going to remind myself that I'm betraying my promise to myself and betraying who I want to be. So, to be good is the core, the main qualification for being a positive politician. These people, with the protests and so on, they're not good. They claim that they're good, you know. They make demonstrations for climate change, or demonstration for black people, or demonstration for against child abuse, sexual abuse, or whatever, and they think, see what a good person I am? Look at me, I'm supporting all the right causes. They're not good people. They're arrogant, they want attention, and they want to destroy someone. They are destructive people. Your work is similar to the work of an actor. An actor in a movie, they stop being themselves and they become someone else. Right? That's what an actor does. Tom Hanks is no longer Tom Hanks. He's someone else. So the same with a politician. A politician needs to act, but not by falsifying, not to fake, but to become someone else. The politician needs to become their people, their constituents. Who is doing this in daily life? Mother. Mother is doing this. A father is doing this. A mother and a father wish well to their children. When the child is in pain, the mother is in pain. When the child is disappointed, the father is disappointed. You need to be mothers and fathers. And only then you will leave something behind. You will leave your children. You will leave people who remember you. You will leave your projects behind. And your memory will last in the sense that you have left the earth or your country better than you found it when you were born. And that is a great definition of politics. To leave your country better than it was before you were born. That's all. So this is the first part. The second part is shorter. We'll discuss social media.